Good morning, my friends. Welcome to this episode of Healing Your Codependency. I'm Marshall Berkshire. I'm your guide in increasing your safety, your connection, your sense of self-worth in your life, so you no longer need to have codependency to meet your needs and wants in your world. That's what I help you accomplish here on this channel, as well as in all of my courses. So today we're going to jump into the fourth and final sabotage that we tend to do to ourselves in our efforts to heal and thrive beyond codependency. That fourth and final sabotage is having the wrong support for what we are addressing in our world. So I'm going to click a button here and bring up my notes. Help me keep on target here. So wrong support. Well, what do I mean by wrong support? It's when the support we're seeking isn't tailored to the challenges that we're facing. There's several ways in which we do this to ourselves. One of them is we seek support about a problem that's outside the lane of expertise of the people we're working with, whether it's a therapist, a coach, a group, things like that. So an example of that in my own life, I used to lean on my codependency support group for help with dealing with deep trauma around harm and abuse. That group was not a great fit for it. It was more about that particular group for codependency was really about working through the people-pleasing impulse, the fixing impulse, and then taking on emotional responsibility impulses. Another example of that is my own grief around my mother's death. I would go to grief groups and it'd be grief in general, but when I found a group that was about, hey, your child and your mother died, that kind of support group was right on point because we all have very distinct and individual experiences that were separate from others who had lost a parent at a different age, or a parent and they're older, or a sibling or spouse, things like that. That's a good example of finding the right support group for you. In our way, we tend to get ourselves the wrong support we need is we seek support through family or friends for challenges that require a professional. Something I definitely did, and it is not, in my work, I don't view that as an appropriate thing to do. Our friends, our family are not therapists. They're not there to help us process complex things. Our work is to find a group, find a coach, find a mentor, find a therapist where we can process those complex things. And then with family and friends, we lean on them. Hey, I'm just feeling a little lonely, or hey, I'd like to talk a bit about this or share. I'm just having a frustrating day. Could you spend some time with me? We can also share with them what we're discovering, what we're becoming aware of, what's going on for us in our work, but we're not relying on them for the core processing and support of what we're going through. Number 3, we don't know what we really need help in. This is where we have the wrong knowledge or not enough knowledge in order to detect the right support for us. And the fourth thing we tend to do is we try to do it on our own and avoid having support altogether. That's technically called counterdependence. That's when we're trying to be everything for ourselves and not depend or have vulnerability or connection or exposure to others. Especially in healing codependency, this happens quite a bit. I did it for a while myself. And in that work, I had to realize, hey, I do need others. I don't need them to fix me. I don't need them to rescue me. And I don't need to lean on them for everything that I need, like a parent, like a child would to a parent. What I actually needed there was witness, understanding, care, and even some praise and appreciation in things. A witness that can say, hey, I see how you've grown. That's what support is about, especially in my work now. So when we are seeking support in these 4 ways, it tends to lead us to feel crazy, unsupported, isolated, even helpless in what we're trying to overcome, because what we are surrounded by is not able to understand us, is not able to comprehend what's going on, or direct us appropriately in what we're facing. When this comes to my work in codependency, this is why I focus specifically on it alone. My support containers are about understanding your own codependent impulses, what the needs are behind those impulses, how to connect with them and meet them in interdependent, healthy ways. This intersects with relationships, this intersects with money and work and purpose, conflict and intimacy and attachment systems, because codependency is a relational schema or paradigm or model or way or strategy in which we connect with others. So I touch all those areas, but when there's a very expressed need for a student, that student's like, I'm having really deep conflict in my relationship right now, and I need guidance there. I'm like, here's where you go. because that kind of deep level insight is not appropriate for my container. I can't provide that for them. So I direct them to where they need to go. Effective support containers know their lane, they know their limits, and they know where to direct you when it's outside their lane or limit. So here's the key. We'll jump right into it. How do I know I've got a good support container? I got a number of things that can help us understand that. So first of all, the right support container is going to be paired with right knowledge, right practices, and right order. So you got to know what you're really looking for. And if you don't, that's where you go and ask a lot of different people to try to get clarity about what's going on for you. And then we can narrow down and isolate what the best fit is for you. So in my work, support is a central pillar of that work. In fact, the codependency healing system is completely designed around the support component because I provide support twice a week live on Tuesday evenings and on Thursday mornings, where you can meet with me in a group format and we can work through either the homework, we can do practice together, we can face life together and get support and guidance from me and other students there twice a week. That's unparalleled from what I've seen in other people and what they offer. Twice a week with me. They're Tuesday evenings, Thursday mornings. And then twice a month, we practice the tools together on Sunday evening. Twice a month, we do emotional processing to lower pain and increase peace. And then on Mondays at 11 a.m., I teach the class live. So there's a lot of live contact with me. That's support, that's community, that's connection with me and with others going through the work together. I only offer this in the codependency healing system because of its level of interpersonal connection with me and the focus I put on it. So my other courses do not offer this level of support. You get email support there and you get community online community support, but not these live components there. So that's specific. That's why it's a central part of my work, because with effective support, you succeed. Because we can then adjust the knowledge, adjust the tools, and adjust the order to what you need in your world based on what's coming up for you. So specifically, my style of support, my approach to support is specifically directed at helping codependents reduce their pain and increase their peace and experience healing, identify their successes and celebrate them, identify their challenges and help them work through them, and then reduce codependent behaviors while increasing healthy interdependent behaviors. It also helps the codependent or the student recognize themselves and become real to themselves, navigate and care for their emotions and be cared in what they're experiencing, connect with each other, connect with the other students and stuff, and connect with and feel seen, valued, and supported in their work. Help them effectively apply the tools, the practices, and the knowledge to their daily life, and ultimately gain direction and referral to resources to help them address additional challenges that may show up in their world. That's what effective support does. It has defined limits, defined characteristics. This is what we focus on. This is what we don't. It has rules and guidelines and principles for how the container works. It tells you what will be and will not be allowed. It tells you how repair will happen if there's a rule violation or a problem that happens. It tells you how you can give feedback to the group leader, which would be me in this case in my work. It tells you how to interact with other students. It's very clear, and when it's not, you're always empowered to ask questions and get clarity. Support containers that are effective provide this. So I have found that this kind of support, when it's directed at the topic that you are working through with people who have knowledge about how to get you to where you want to be, and you're surrounded by others with the same journey, you succeed. You thrive. And that's life altering. I have seen people who have been stuck in their healing for 20 years break free because of the support, because of the understanding, and because they know they have a shelter they can go to get support, celebration, and guidance in their world. This has helped them believe they're doing the work right, help them trust their own senses, trust their own application of the tools and the knowledge, gain trust in themselves and confidence in themselves to go out and do more. So right support is central and crucial to your healing. That's why self-help fails most of the time. That's why localized therapy, just you and a therapist, tends to be, it's effective a lot of times, but it's a very long process. And then when you don't have the therapist, there's a vacuum there. We plug in all the support components, then we don't have that big of an impact when things change. The beauty of effective support systems is they also help you outgrow the need for the support system. Eventually, you're like, oh, I'm going to go and adventure into something else. But in my work, because it's lifetime access, you can always come back when you need it. My friends, this is how we succeed in any kind of course, any kind of therapy, any kind of self-help work we do. You need the right knowledge, the right practices, with the right support, in the right order. And if you're looking for that, that's what I provide in the Codependency Healing System. Enrollment closes this Saturday. I've changed the pricing system based on a lot of feedback from you guys. You wanted, hey, I don't want this membership thing. I want to own it. I want to have lifetime access to it. Can you make that happen? I said, yep, I can make that happen. So it's $1,500 for lifetime access. And then I offer payment plans, a 3, 6, and 12-month payment plan there for you. Jump in, and you can go at your own pace and do this for as long as you want, as many times as you want. So that's the new pricing there. The membership options aren't available anymore. Just jump in there. Let's run with that because, hey, that's what you want. And I'm excited to offer it to you. So, my friends, come join us for the Codependency Healing System. We start this Monday. We are going to go deep over the next 35 weeks together, or 35 modules together. So, it's a long course. It's long because real healing takes consistency. It takes practice. It takes time. It takes depth. So, if you're looking for structure, you're looking for consistency in your healing, you're looking for deep support in that process, and you want to see real final change in your world, the Codependency Healing System was made for you. So the link is above on Facebook, below on YouTube, my website at healyourcodependency.com. This is the only time of year you can enroll in the live classes. So when it closes on August 12th, you're not going to be able to enroll in it till next February. So I keep that in mind there. My friends, thank you for being a part of this journey. Let me know your thoughts below on today's video. Look for that right support in your life and look for where you need support that isn't. Look for where support's not working for you. Identify what you need there and then start locating resources that align with that. And then you will witness change in your world and the things that you're working on, because healing is something you're innately capable of. All you need is the right knowledge, the right practices, the right support, and the right order. And then from there, you just take the knowledge, you apply the practices, and get support when you need it, and you succeed. That's how it works in my work. That's how it's worked in my life, both in business and healing codependency, healing trauma. That's how it works for my students. So it's simple, but complex too, right? Healing's never necessarily a simple thing. But that's what I have found works consistently. So go for it. Let me know your thoughts below. Go gently with yourselves in this work. I'm grateful you are here. And I will see you guys in our next episode. Have a great day, guys. Bye-bye.